we have something actually going. Alright, so let's get a quick walk around. Looks good. Terror. Good evening here from the Geeks Patreon server. I'm Warrat, War for short. Here with my bear Krios, and as soon as day breaks, I'd like to bring you guys in on a little build that I put together. It's an adjustable breeding pen. So instead of having to consistently remake your breeding pen based on your animal size, I've come up with a way to do it with one build. So as soon as we get some good daylight, I will bring you guys back in. Alright, top of the morning on the Geek server, so we got that light we needed. Probably wouldn't have noticed if I don't point it out, but while I was waiting for daylight I went hunting and my pants broke and my shoes broke, so now I'm wearing fur. But that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and head over here. So first thing you're going to want to have basically is stone, thatch, and wood for the majority of these components. I'm using S+, I'm using mostly stone. Obviously you can use whatever materials you like. I just prefer the stone for the strength of it, if you will. So anyway, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to be laying 8 foundations out in an 8x7 area. Place. And we use S+ foundation. We use S+ on the server, so any misplaces it's easy to fix. Obviously, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll go this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And we'll come over here. Okay, so your foundation layout as such, 8x7. Next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and grab your 2 behemoth gates, because these are by far the 2 hardest things to place. And what you're going to want to do with these is your first one is essentially going to place right at the absolute edge of your 8x7 foundations. And for whatever reason I always have a hard time getting these to snap. But once we get it in place, we're good to go. So let's go ahead and keep playing with this till we get it right. So that's not what we want right there. Okay, after much trial and error, I finally got the snap point I need for the first behemoth gate. So you basically want it to be centered, lined in with the first set of foundations. Then you take your second one, and once again with the funky snap foundations, that's essentially where you want it. Nope, that's wrong. Try this again. It's weird with the multiple snap points on here, it makes it a little funky. Once it's in there, you'll have a gap like so. That's where we wanted it. Okay, so for your doorways, I did place them wrong first time, so I'm going to go ahead and replace these. And I'll show you where they're going to go. They're going to go 1 foundation in. Oop, lag. They're going to go 1 foundation in from the edge. There. And we'll go around to the other side here, and I want to place it from the outside to make sure that the wall is turned correctly. You can also do, you know, the quick button turns and whatnot, but just for the sake of, we're just going to do it this way. And now it's time to go ahead and start placing your walls, and I do 4 high all the way around. That seems like a pretty nice sweet spot. And obviously if you're using S+, you can use the 4 wall pre-builds, which are super nice. For the sake of this, I just, because I had doorways to add and whatnot, I just did the single walls. I had them available. So I will go ahead and continue to wall this out and bring you guys back. Okay, so we're just finished up the last side of walls here. So I figured I'd bring you guys back in and talk to you a little bit about, if you don't already know, I'm sure most of the people that even watch this video is already on the Geeks Patreon server. But a good group of guys set up an amazing server. Their links are available down below. But if you're looking for a great server to play on, highly suggested. It is community build. Everybody's very, very, very nice. Very helpful. Very good builders. Very, just in general, great community. Don't find that a lot in the gaming community. And I'm glad that I am able to be part of it. So again, like I said, you'll see the links in chat, and you know, in the comment section down below and whatnot. Yeah, if you're looking for a great server to play on, Geeks Patreon server hosted by Raleigh and UTC. These guys put together a really nice thing. So, once again, alright, so we are almost done here with the last few walls, and we have something actually going. Alright, so let's get a quick walk around. Looks good. Terror. Alright, so now all that's left is one more wall in here, and this is important because it'll create another full section of the pen. And once the doors are in place, you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is what we got so far. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab some ramps. With the ramps are all personal preference, really. The only ones you necessarily need are going to be in the front to be able to get your dinos in and out. I personally also will do the ramps around the doorways. Anywhere else you need to have accessible. So there we go. Now let's grab all the doors, and I will show you a little more of a finished product once that is done. So you got behemoth gates and gateways and regular doors. So regular doors, obviously, we will put in the regular door frames since those are in place. The gateway obviously goes here. Now I would suggest switching everything to manual on this, simply because they're very tight quartered doorways. You don't want them opening when you don't want them to you know, possibly throw a wrench, if you will, in how you are doing your tapes. So, got the doors placed in. Let's go ahead and switch these to manual. So open it up. Open it up. Okay, so I just want to bring you in here and kind of show you a couple configurations that you can do with this setup. So the first one's really a 2 small breed pen. You can fit pairs of normal size dinos, you know, your bears, your doties, your ankylos will fit like this, your frogs, and they will all stay close enough together to keep their mating. I don't have any of them on wander because I don't want them to mate, and I don't want to waste the mutations on that quite yet. So anyway, so those are in there. Now, if you come, I'll show you the front side here. we also can do mass breeding in an area like this. And what I did is I just kind of lined it with Tapajaros for now, so you could have your one male stud and all your females if you wanted to. That's an option as well with this setup. The next thing I'll show you after I get it reconfigured, I'll bring you right back. So the next configure I'm going to show you is basically a couple large dinos and how they're going to kind of go in here. So I brought my Parasaur over, and he fits perfectly when you open the middle door, the middle behemoth door, and the guide wall here, the divider wall, will not affect anything when it comes to that. So you could put his mate next to him, or vice versa with an Allosaurus and his mate. I also put the Quetzal in the back there, just to kind of show you spacing again, just to show you how large, you know, you can actually go. And the Quetzal, you could actually place it just like the Parasaur if you did choose that, and you can get your eggs breeding that way as well. So again, it's extremely versatile, extremely modular, if you will. I don't have Brontos to test it on. I wish I did. Maybe one of my fellow geeks on the server could hook me up with a couple Brontos so we can make sure it works. But I'm pretty confident it will. I don't see any reason why they won't fit in there. It'll be tight fit, but they will not move at all, which is perfect for what you need. So yeah, nice thing about this again is you don't have to worry about rebuilding or reconfiguring for every dino that you're trying to breed. You know, I've used it a couple times. I've had a couple other of the geeks use it as well, to good effect. If it's something that ends up working for you guys, let me know in the comments. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and hit the sub button, hit the like button. You know, new channel starting off, everything is appreciated. But I think that's going to about do it for me on my modular breeding pen. And once again, I appreciate it. And to everybody out there, salute.